So you can file this under, it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. Nikki Haley bows out of the race after yesterday. She did win Vermont. Anyway, I guess what she's expected to do, she's expected to kind of, again, play politics and encourage Donald Trump to reach out to, I guess, people that supported her, and try to reach across the aisle, try to get independents and other people work hard for Republicans that don't support him, voters that backed her. Okay, again, saying I guess what she's supposed to say. She did mention not long ago that she was not going to abide by the support the eventual nominee thing that they are all supposed to sign off on. We'll see what happens moving forward. I wasn't a fan. I was been a never Nikki person simply because of foreign policy. At some point in time, and they call it, the funny thing is it's like a misnomer. They call it conservative. Many of these outlets, Wall Street Journal, amongst others, a conservative position, a hawkish position, interventionist position. Traditionally, that has not been a conservative position. It's a neoconservative position that was born, kind of grown like weeds post World War II, and has gotten worse instead of better. But no, that's not a conservative position to be involved here, there, and everywhere. However, I do happen to agree with some of her positions, and she even talked about it in the debates in regards to entitlement reform. We need to have it. Needs to be discussed. We talk about ridiculous government spending. But again, you want to cut back on expenses. You want to do all of these things, yet you want to be involved all over the globe, here, there, and everywhere. More aid for Ukraine, more aid for Israel, and quite frankly, enough. You want our weapons? Buy them. Buy them. You need stuff? Go ahead. Buy them. But I don't understand why I have to pay for them. It's patently absurd. But anyway, got to hand it to Donald Trump. Last night, he avoided temptation. He avoided temptation. He gave his little, his speech last night, and he ignored Nikki Haley entirely. He didn't spike the football in, or didn't do anything like that, which was a bright move on his part. We're going to see now how he's going to handle this race moving forward, how he's going to position himself, how he's going to handle, how he's going to be able, because he needs to. He needs to get Haley's voters. He needs to get independents. He needs to reach out to people like me that are very, very skeptical of this guy. I really am. He needs to start telling what he's going to do. He has to stop going out and say, the MAGA crowd buys into it, vote for me, everything will be awesome. Sorry. I need some more details here. Okay. I need some more details in regards to what you're planning on doing. You can't run that Obama hope and change thing. Can't do it. You have to tell everybody what you're planning on doing. We have to understand. You can't just say, the border is going to be fixed as soon as I am elected. Day one. What are you going to do? How are we going to solve this problem? One of the things that was frustrating when he first came into office, and again, it's the Republican Party as a whole, completely disorganized. They had nothing ready to go. That was one of the first big policy things was repeal and replace Obamacare. They had nothing to replace it with. Well, they did, but what they had to replace it with was a bit of a joke. It wasn't serious. Whereas you contrast that, and let's be honest, contrast that with Barack Obama. Hit the freaking ground running. As soon as he got elected, used all the political capital that he had the House, had the Senate. Well, look what Obama got done. As much as I can't stand the nonsense that he got done, look what he did. Took over student loans, making homes affordable, Obamacare. You look at Joe Biden. All of the crap that he pushed through as soon as he got elected, they hit the ground running. The Republican Party right now is a dysfunctional mess. Make no bones about it. It is. And, they keep talking about party unity. Okay. But you're going to rally around what? There's a lot you could rally around. You could rally around getting inflation down, getting the debt down, government expenditures, getting out of foreign conflict. I mean, these are winners. If you can articulate your position to the American people and you bring everyone on board, whether or not Donald Trump's going to be able to do that, I don't know. Again, I think it's going to be, quite frankly, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting race. I don't see a debate happening. I really don't. I don't even see how that's possible. Yesterday, Joe Biden was announcing, we talked about it on one of our podcasts yesterday, the strike force, the Cookie Monster strike force, that he's going to be going after companies tackling shrinkflation. Did you watch? Did you watch the announcement of that? It made you feel extraordinarily uncomfortable, especially having loved ones throughout my life, people that have been affected with debilitating diseases when it comes to your brain, dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever it may, Parkinson's. You watched Joe Biden yesterday. I've seen that before. I've seen that. You've seen that before. He just got lost. He went into some sort of K-hole zone where he was lost for about 15 seconds. And he started mumbling stuff to himself. This is the president of the United States. Hillary Clinton comes out yesterday. Everybody's got to get over it. We all know that Joe Biden's old. Come on. I mean, who's running the show? I think that, that's kind of whispered behind closed door everywhere right now. Is that, he is going to be, and I said this from the get-go, Lady Eloise, the name on the package. It's his people that are running. He is handled. When he actually comes out on a regular basis, I'm going to get yelled at if I answer questions. I'm going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble answering questions? You're the president of the United States. Who's ordering you around? Your handlers. I mean, it's pathetic. It really is. And again, it doesn't lend itself to a race where we're going to see any sort of engagement. I highly doubt. I mean, I don't even know how they're going to pull it off. I don't know if he's going to mainline, Adderall before he has to do a debate with Trump at this point in time. It's not looking good for this man. And he can keep pretending it's not the case. And it, quite frankly, it's shameful. Everybody can see it. It's right in front of their eyes. You even got left-wing pundit comedians like Bill Maher, whatnot, pointing out the obvious. Jon Stewart, what is actually, I mean, for crying, it looks terrible. We're all kind of waiting for that next shoe to drop. I mean, yesterday, Michelle Obama came out and swore up and down, I'm not entering this race. Did she sign that pledge in blood or put her name on it? No, I'm still thinking that she might. Again, everything is theater. Politics is theater for these people. It's about putting on a show for everybody. You can't see this setup. Michelle Obama, gee whiz, she didn't want to run. She didn't want to run. The last thing in the world she wanted to do was run for the presidency. But, she felt it was her duty to this country because Joe Biden couldn't do it and Trump was going to destroy the country, that, she's willing to sacrifice her life. I mean, it's a perfect setup, for crying out loud. Perfect setup. And again, like I said, I watched these operatives. I watched these people work for a long period of time. And at this point in time, somebody has to step in for Biden. But anyway, Nikki's out. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.